Okay, so I'm sure I'm not the first one you're seeing this from, but Loki got a new world record, 650. Obviously, great time, and I figured, I like to think I'm a good runner, so I think I could do some decent analysis on this run, because I've also been grinding RSG a lot, maybe a little too much recently. But it's also interesting. It's like here as well. Like Loki's already trying to look around for his enter because he doesn't really see anything. And it's also like interesting because not exactly interesting, but there's no TNT on this BT, and TNT is just such a nice time save on Overworlds because you like, especially with how fast he found this BT, he could probably be out like now on his island leave, and if he had TNT, but it's like he only had 17 iron, he had to make shears and everything. He's out probably 5 or 10 seconds later than he typically like you typically would be. And then, yeah, he's in F5 here, checking this ravine to his right. And then he doesn't really have any other choice but going to this kelp. But I think he kind of knows that kelp's probably fake, so he checks this ravine. And that's definitely fake as well. But then you also saw the kelp here to the left. Like, he knows it's real. But even when I was watching this the first time, I was kind of surprised with how slow this is. Because you expect a world record, the first sub 7, like maybe the last time barrier being broken in RSG, it's like a 140-ish enter. Like you would expect a little better because I mean I don't remember Priffy's run, but I'm sure his enter was better, and Skycrab's enter I know was a 110. So I think Drip's enter was about 110 as well. So Loki's already like 20-30 seconds behind pace, but he insta has a spike. He also here he gets in and out of the boat specifically because he one, he was boating for a while, so like he was using his A and D, and whenever you're in a boat and you're boating and you use A and D, it messes up your eye throw, so you have to get in and out of the boat again. So Loki is just kind of front loading this, making sure that he doesn't have to do this later on in the run. And I personally, I do this when I'm in the portal, but I think this is just like a nice consistency thing that I understand. But as well, even so, with this very slow enter, he's already back on good pace, and you'll see in like 2 seconds the fort is right here, so he knows. I mean, it's a 139 enter, so I don't know if he knows it's world record pace, but he knows he has to lock in. And I think he does get a little nervous here. He plays this terrain a little slower than I would expect him to, but I mean, he just doesn't want to die. Like, it's such a good seed. And also here, I think he makes a split second choice because he was going up, like as he was getting across this bridge and trying to get to the chalice, he was going up to the left. He didn't immediately commit to this getting these chests here. I think he makes a split second choice to kind of go down here and loot this chest because I personally I disagree with it, but I mean you can see here he gets 10 obby, which is going to be very crucial, and he also gets a gold block and armor, so he kind of saves time. He doesn't have to craft armor. And here you could probably see more nerves as well. He messes up his movement here, but looting that rampart, which I personally disagree with, it saves him time on the chalice because he gets one extra gold block and he doesn't have to craft any armor. But yeah, you can see as well, it's a left side triple, and I think on this personally, I think I probably would have done right side triple, but I think left side is completely understandable as well because of this terrain you see like above and everything. The pearl to the fort can be kind of awkward, so just doing this left side Donkey Kong route makes that pearl hang and getting to the fort a little cleaner. So he just does this route like normal. So I'm trying to look at my notes and everything that I'm doing, and he messes up this as well. Like his gold block broke, and I also missed it for myself. He was trying to eat his salmon when he was at 3 hunger down, but he like just stopped eating it right before he finished eating it. So it's like it's kind of a time loss. It's kind of bad because he doesn't get that insta regen, so he has to eat this, and he's getting this like slow regen, but it's okay because he has so much time in the fort. And also another thing that helps because he looted that right side rampart is he has the extra string, so he was able to pre-craft the bed as soon as he could. So pretty much as long as he has the trades at this point, he is just gone. And when I was watching this the first time, I saw 48 string. I thought he was gone. I thought he could just leave right now. And he almost does. He kind of does unintentionally. He messes up his purling here, And I think I personally probably would have sent a Pearling onto the fort directly, but I mean, this is just a little more consistency. And he messes up this Pearl back. He hits a pig, but they're all trading, so it doesn't matter. And here he gets another string trade, another glowstone trade, so he is just out. And it's like a 402 fort, so it's gonna be amazing. And it's still not exactly world record pace. He goes 2 for 2 here, and when I was watching this live for the first time, like I'll say in a sec, but like also here he drops down his running distance to change his pie chart to find the spawner. But even before, when I was watching this live, when I see him pie right here and he gets to the spawner, I said the only way this is going to world record if he gets a 4 spawn and he goes 4 for 4 on rates. And obviously here he gets a 4 spawn, and I think you can probably guess what the rates are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he is just out sub 440. And another thing I didn't really mention with the pre-crafts he made with this bed, he made a sword, and it's kind of a debated whether or not making a sword is a good play and something like a play that is worth making, but it definitely pays off here because killing blazes in big groups saves a lot of time, because he had those 4 blazes, he just hit them all with an axe once, and then he was able to just mow them down easily with the sword, all in one hit. And additionally as well, because the rates are so good, he has that blaze bed saved. So instead of having like 6, it's pretty consistent, like for Loki and everybody, like 7 is just it's going to be a safe 0. And then additionally, it's kind of surprising. His eye goes into the mesa, so he can't measure it the first time, but he doesn't really get punished because both eyes don't break, so he knows he can be able to enter. And then I think personally, I'll mention as well, I think he makes a misplay here. After measuring his eye, he crafts all of his wool, so he can't make a bow, and he also doesn't make an anchor, which, I mean, he has 7 beds and he knows it, so he doesn't really need an anchor for most zeros. But I think getting a bow on 0 is always going to be a lot better. But yeah, now he knows he's on world record pace. It's a 5:13, 5:14 portal leave, and this pearl almost kills the run. It immediately almost kills the run because he barely lands on that last block of the fort, because otherwise the pearl would probably go into the lava. It takes another 1 or 2 seconds to land, and then he has to like try to find terrain. Like it would have been very bad, but that pearl is just absolutely gorgeous. And he's like just 2 pearls and he's pretty much on chords. And specifically for Loki, I want to go back to the pre-crafting, because he pre-crafted while he was in the overworld after he threw his eyes. And Loki, he is such a mechanically gifted player. I would expect him to be able to pre-craft in between these pearl throws. And it's like he doesn't really have enough time between these pearl throws to craft his beds and everything. So I can understand the choice to make, but I think it still would have been a better choice for him specifically to make, because he's not going to lose that much time with those crafts. And you can see as well, like Loki, he plays sub 7s all the time in ranked, but he doesn't get them in RC that often. Nobody does. And so you can see with his portability, he's a little nervous. And he's a 5:42 I Spy. He gets an insta spike there, but I think additionally with nerves, you're on world record pace. You want to make sure you insta nav this. So he gets like a spike that maybe could be good on the left if you look a certain direction, but he doesn't really get anything like, so he just commits back to that spike he got initially. And it's just beautiful nav. And his health as well. He has 1 salmon he can eat. It's a 1 eye. It's so beautiful. And then here as well, I also want to mention, he throws this pearl here after like entering. Like he knows it's a 5:56, 5:57 end enter. This pearl, for me, it's like I would not have immediately sent a pearl, because you see this end terrain. It almost looks like there's just a big valley here that drops off, especially where this pearl goes. So like when he threw this pearl, I thought he was gonna fall, but again, he barely hits this terrain here, so he doesn't lose the time from this pearl going down here. He has to like build back up, pearl up again, and it just allows him to push heights that you typically don't push. Because this, even as well, like that first pearl, this pearl to the tower wasn't the best, but you know, with RSG, this, like, even with as much ranked Loki plays, the dragon flies a lot more in RSG, so you really need to push these higher heights. And and even RC, I don't know if I'd go to this high. On 85, I don't know if I'd go to 99, but low-key, just the mechanical demon he is, gets there with time, nerves again with opening his inventory on the 0. And here as well, like, kind of, I think he loses some time, because pretty much any 0 that's not a side setup, you should be able to 3 rotation easy. But it's like, with nerves, he kind of goes here, hits the bed a little weirdly. And because he has a crossbow and he overcrafted his string, he can't make a bow. And if he has a bow here, he places the bed early, and he could have immediately shot the dragon for a double bed rotation, so the dragon is just pretty low. But because, the crossbow takes a while to load and everything, he can only do it on this 3rd rotation. And obviously he gets great damage here. I mean, he realistically only loses 3-4 seconds to it, but I mean, it's just a beautiful 0. It's just so clean. And I don't know, maybe because he watched Skycrabs run, he builds up to here. Maybe it's because of the Skycrabs run. Maybe it's because, he plays ranked all the time. He just is in that consistency of building up, protecting yourself from Enderman. Finishes out this 648, but on retime, of course, it's 650, as you guys see. And it's just a beautiful run all out. I mean, as a competitive person, I'm a little sad that I didn't get it, but I mean, all the props in the world to Loki. He is just a mechanical demon, and he absolutely deserves this.